This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, everyone. Today is August 23rd, and this is Roman Bakamazov. And together with Joe Gobin, we are putting together session number 16 of Wyckoff analysis on Chinese markets. Thank you so much for being patient with us throughout this summer. We had a couple of breaks because both me and Joe Gobin were traveling, and now we're back, and hopefully we're going to just resume our weekly updates on the Chinese markets.
大家好，今天是8月23日，这里是我们威科夫交易研究所的第16次视频，这里是罗蒙博格马佐夫教授。今天呢，我将跟我的学生赵国本再一次录制视频，非常感谢大家耐心等候，因为这是一个夏天，然后呢，我和我的学生都有很多旅行计划，所以我们中间断了几次视频，非常感谢大家耐心等候。从此以后呢，我们希望我们能够进行常规的视频录制。好，谢谢大家。
We want to thank everybody who emailed us. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of your comments and feedback about the subtitles. A couple of videos were with subtitles. It's a very laborious job, so we kind of sticking to the translation for now, but maybe for some of the videos we'll have subtitles.
非常感谢大家给我们发电子邮件，给我们留言，然后呢跟我们进行交流。有很多同学呢说我们上次做的这个带有这个 subtitle 的这个视频啊，也就是带有这个叫什么咱们叫做这个视频，然后非常好，然后他们希望以后呢也将会有，但是呢做这个 subtitle 啊是非常费事儿的一件事儿，所以今天我们还变回到现场翻译，希望大家能够谅解。以后呢，也许在有情况的情况下，我们还会做一些带 subtitle 的。好，谢谢大家。
Today, as we're coming back from the summer break, we're gonna start reviewing the markets again from the top-bottom approach. And today we're gonna look at Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Hong Kong indexes.
今天呢，我们暑假已经放完了，所以说，学生们回来了，我们也回来了。我们希望还从指数开始来分析一下中国市场。
All right, let's look at the first chart, and this is Shanghai Composite, and this is a long-term chart. So please note that, and we have the 2015 high right here, and then a very important point here in the structure, an upthrust in 2017. So these are going to be our two major points of reference for the highs. And then for the lows, we have a climactic low, which forms the support number 1, and then a retest of that low, which forms the support number 2. And we kind of see that the price right now, right in this cluster. So our call right here was that the market is going to go down, which it did. So right here, we're having another formation. And the question here is, are we going to continue to the downside? And are we going to hit support number 3 and support number 4 from the previous original accumulation? Or are we going to try to bounce here and maybe, create another consolidation within the frames of the downtrend?
我们先看一下上证综指的周线图，这是这个长期图谱。周线图呢，我们可以看到，然后有两个高点，一个是2015年的高点，一个是2017年的高点。我们以这两个高点作为研究的研究的重点吧。然后呢，我们现在看目前来说，股市在下跌，在下跌的时候呢，有第一个支撑点。下跌到第二个支撑点，在这个第二个支撑点的时候，在第一个支撑点的时候，我们曾经说，股市预测说股市可能会下跌， 而且它下跌到这儿了。现在目前呢，在第二个支撑点的这一个在这个交易区间之内，然后在盘整，在盘整呢，我们可以看到下面还有2个支撑点，一个是支撑点3，支撑点4，在这里，这里面有一个密集交易区。那么现在我们要研究的是，那么股市会下跌到第3个支撑点和第4个支撑点这个密集交易区呢，还是在这里面会有一个反弹，在这里面继续的盘整。
One of the things that I want to point your attention to is the way how distribution has unfolded. We've talked about the institutional presence in this area right here, and we've talked that they were selling on the way up, and then they were selling on the way down. And look at this particular bar, this big green bar to the downside. If we look at all of the bars to the downside on the way up in this uptrend, we see that this is the largest bar. This is a change of character bar that tells us that something else rather than the existing uptrend is happening, and that the distribution is probably happening. And then inability of the rallies, to come back to the previous higher levels show us weakness. And that was, a main premise for our bias analysis at this point of time. And we were thinking that it's going to go down. So lower highs, lower lows, a definition of a downtrend.
罗猛教授提醒大家，首先看一下这个部位，这个部位是什么呢？是价差增大，而且是你看这个速率一个 bar 的话就降到了这点，这个地方明显它的从价差来讲，从速度来讲，和以前所有的这些个蜡烛线都已经不一样了。而且呢，这里面成交量非常高，所以说我们从这个成交量上来说，从这个速率上来说，可以看到机构在这里非常活跃。而且呢，那么既然这个线是阴线的话，我们可以看到，而且成交量非常这么高，我们可以看到机构在上行的时候是非常活跃的，而且下跌的时候也是非常活跃的。也就是说，机构有可能在上行和下跌的时候同时在派发。那么从这个价差和速率来讲，我们可以看到这2条线和以前的线都不一样了，所以我们说在这里面是属于特性改变，也就是它的性质，股市的性质，在这2条线中和以前的线、以前的移动都不一样了。而且呢，我们从这2条线派发完以后，可以看到在这个交易期间之内，那么这个蜡烛图已经不能够再回测到以前的高点，所以说现在出现了底比底低，底比前底低，顶比前顶比前顶低的情况下，那么也就是说底比底低，顶比顶低，那么这就是下行趋势的表现。
Well, the biggest question here is, if we are at the level of the support, could we possibly go up from here? And obviously, we want to see some kind of institutional presence here. Are they buyers at this point of time? So how do we decide this? Well, one of the ways for us is just to go to the daily chart and look at the action there, which we're going to do in a second. The second thing is just to look at the original accumulation and kind of notice the pattern of how the shares were accumulated during that period of time. And we could see that we had somewhat of a good rally on the increase in demand signature, and then a good reaction that created a higher low on the contracting supply signature. And then the next move up also had the increase of the demand signature before we had some kind of backing up action on the lower supply levels here. Do we see it here on the right? I don't think so. I don't see it yet. I think that at the maximum we might consolidate here, or we might try to go up and then possibly try to retest even the lower levels here. There's a lot of still politics that is going on between China and the US on trade talks, and this is the major factor, obviously, as all of you know, in how the price structure of the Chinese markets develop. So it's a news-driven market right now, but it clearly has a technical trend to the downside right now. And all of the attempts to go up, we just need to follow them and see whether institutions are going to be present at this point of time. And it seems to me that institutions are still waiting. It's a wait game for them. They're waiting for some kind of more positive news from the trade talks.
那我们从这一点来说呢，我们要研究的话，大家也共同关心的是，那么股市是会迅速下跌呢，跌到支撑3和支撑4呢，还是在这里面会有一个短暂的反弹？那么我们看这一段，我们要从成交量上来分析，然后呢，而且恐怕要在日线图上才能够看出来端倪。另外呢，我们看一看前期在里面呢有一个吸筹部分。那么看的吸筹部分呢，也就是说在这里边，你看股市升高的时候，那么成交量也在升高；股市回调的时候，成交量是缩量回调。而且在这里面呢，又是一个成交量增加的上升，而且出现了底比底高的情况，然后到这里面有一个回踩，那么我们看这里面是吸筹这个部分，那么我们在这里面有没有出现机构的出现？从成交量上看有没有机构的出现？另外在形态上看有没有和前期吸筹比较相似的地方呢？目前来说我们还看不出来，也就是在这里面只有机构出现的时候，我们才可能会出现这里面趋势的反转。也就是从现在来看呢，我们要再往后面看看它的表现会是什么样子。
All right, well, let's look at the daily chart.
我们看一下日线图。
And we see that on the daily chart, we are clearly in the downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows. That's a conventional definition of a downtrend from technical analysis. We see that we have two formations here, two consolidations. One has been concluded already, and that was just a TP formation or a TP distribution, where we see the urgency in this area by institutions to sell. So they are selling, and we see this from the volume signature, both supply increasing on the way up and supply increasing on the way down. So that's an institutional signature for the Chinese markets, which is so unique, and I want to stress this out. You could see that distribution happening, and because of the urgency of selling on the way up and on the way down, the TP formation forms where all of the next rallies are failures to retest the previous climactic high.
我们看一下日线图。日线图呢，我们看到明显的这里面有一个急上急下帐篷顶式的结构。那么所以说英文叫做 TP 结构。然后呢，在这里面呢，在 TP 结构的时候，你看向上升的时候，向上拉升的时候是高量，成交量增加，也就是说这里面是供应增加。在下跌的时候，供应量也在增加，所以说它不管在上升拉升阶段还是下跌阶段的时候，它的供应量都增加，也就是机构在卖出，大量卖出。而且我们看到这个卖出的急切性，这里面出现的卖出的急切性，机构卖出完以后，在这一段时间形成了一个盘整阶段。在这个盘整阶段的时候，看这个上升波段不能够达到以前的这个buying climax， 也就是它的购买狂潮这个顶部。而且呢，目前出现了目前出现了顶比前顶低，底比前底低，这是典型的技术分析所说的下行趋势。
Let's go through this chart also and notice some of the interesting spots. So look at this volume signature. These are analog bars. They are capitulation bars where institutions, the ones that are late institutions, are capitulating on this position. So these are institutions that are holding on to and here as well, that are holding on to their positions. And then at some point, they're giving up on their positions. And that's what produces this big volume signature, increasing that gaps, big spread to the downside. So we see where late institutional capitulation has happened.
罗蒙老师现在指出了3个点位，你看这个点位和这个点位和这个点位，它们有个共同的特点。第一是有跳空，第二是它们价差非常大，第三是它们的成交量非常高。这是3个可以类比的点位。这个点位说明什么？说明机构在大量卖出，也就是在这儿的时候，机构是卖出的，迅速卖出。这里面机构大量卖出，在这里面是很多机构，要么是筹码还没有卖出来，要么是他们后知后觉才反应过来。现在一看不行了，不好了，赶快大量卖出的点。
The next pattern, which is also very interesting, is to compare one formation to another. And we see that in the first formation, we have a very strong move to the upside after the stop in action into the automatic rally, and then there is some kind of test. And all of this is in phase A. So the first move to the upside here in the second formation has kind of like a slightly different structure. But it also somewhat of an aggression to the upside that we see after we see a diminishing spread, suggesting that the selling has been mostly down on this bar, and then there is just a sell and follow through, with the prices moving lower. But there is not enough lift here as in the first case. The first rally is much more aggressive than the second one right here. And then we're going into a different area right here, which is somewhat the same as we're experiencing right now. This is where there are attempts to go up and failures, and that shows weakness. So far, the analog that we're seeing is developing in the same way. So we're seeing, weakness, inability of the rallies to go up, and that also is happening on the diminishing effort signature, which we see here as well.
第二个可比类比的就是这2个区域，这个大横盘调整的区域和这个横盘调整的区域。首先我们看来说这个拉升的波段，那么在第一个区域里面呢，这里是抛售狂潮，抛售狂潮完以后，这有一个自然上涨，这里是抛售狂潮自然上涨。那么这2个抛售狂潮是不一样的，这里面呢是急速的恐慌性的抛售，而这里面是在恐慌性抛售完以后，慢慢的抛售，也就是在这里面它抛售的力度也比这个要前期的这个抛售的力度要低得多。但是看这个自然拉升呢，它却不是，这个自然拉升其实比较大，而这个自然拉升比较小。这个2次测试都是在中间，2个2次测试都是在中间，然后这里面是出现了一个上冲回落，而这里面却没有。但是呢，看后一个阶段来说，也就是说这个自然拉升完以后的这一部分表现，这一块呢，这里的表现是它的顶没有达到自然拉升这个顶部，而且每一次它的这个向上的这个波段都在缩小，而我们在这里面也看到了相似的现象，每一次它上升的波段都比较小，也没有达到这个自然拉升的这个波段，所以说这一块的结构和这里的结构比较相似，都是市场非常弱的表现。而且从成交量上来说也是，这里成交量在逐渐减低，这里的成交量也在逐渐减低。
So based on these analogs, we are probably expecting some kind of attempt to rally. And then after that, the question is what's going to happen next? Are we going to continue to the downside? If we're going to see this type of action, then we most likely going to have a continuation to the downside. And we still have some room, to go to the downside. We saw on the long-term picture, there were lower support levels, number 3 and number 4. So come back to that. So for us to see a more bullish scenario, the price has to overcome the previous resistance in a specific way. And so far, all of the rallies that we see are very weak. So until the rallies will become of different quality, more of bullish quality, where institutional demand comes in behind them, we are going to assume that we're still in the downtrend, and we're going to assume that this is a redistribution, and we're going to continue with that thought for now.
根据这两个区域的类比来说，我们可以看到这里呢，它是反弹到了这个高点，那么这一段呢还没有反弹这个高点，所以说我们有可能它会反弹这个测试了这个高点以后继续下跌。如果情况还是这样，如果没有需求出现的情况，很可能还会这样出现。那么改变这个趋势的关键就在于需求是不是出现，只有这个需求出现，而且需求突破了带动蜡烛线突破了这个上冲回落的高点的时候，我们才说有可能这个下降波段的特性会改变。如果在这个出现之前，我们都认为这个趋势恐怕如果在需求出现之前，我们都会认为这个趋势还是下降趋势。而且大家从周线图上也看到了，这里面还有一定可以跌落的空间。
All right. Let's look at Shanghai Composite. Now, Shanghai is weaker, and this is a long-term chart. It's weaker than Shanghai. Why? Well, because it's already below the areas of the support that were formed prior to where the price is right now. And obviously, we are in the downtrend with the lower highs, lower lows. So the definition of the downtrend the same as in Shanghai index.
我们看一看深圳成指的周线图，明显来说，深圳成指比上证综指来说要弱。这个弱表现在哪儿呢？表现在你看，大家记不记得这是第三支撑？它现在已经突破了第三支撑，下降到这个调整区域了。而且呢，大家看到它也是在下行通道之内。
And we still don't see any institutional presence here. We would be expecting something like an increase in the volume signature, specifically increase in the demand if institutions are buying. And we would see some kind of much more meaningful rally to support the premise of institutions buying, and we don't see it here yet.
从这里面的成交量来说，我们没有看到显著的堆量，也就是说显著的成交量增加。在这里面，如果是说股市情况有变化的时候，我们可以看到，它的需求增加了，成交量增加了，而在这里面，我们没有看到机构能够把成交量带动起来。
But there is definitely an area of value, as we could see from this area. This is where they bought before. So we're already in this area. So we would be thinking of looking for any of the signs of institutions coming in, stopping the downtrend, and only then would we start thinking about some of the positions to the upside.
我们看到现在股价已经或者是指数已经降到了这个价值区域。为什么说它价值区域呢？就是因为它这里是前期2013年的吸筹区域。那么我们在这个区域的时候，我们会密切观察，看看机构会不会在这里有所表现，有所吸筹。
All right, let's look at the daily chart. And again, we're seeing how in this area right here, the Shenzhen index is much weaker than Shanghai. So we want to acknowledge that. And again, it's all in the downtrend with the lower highs, lower lows. So we are in the daily downtrend. And the, again, inability of the rallies to make a significant progress on first increasing demand signature with the increase in supply, and then diminishing supply, so there is some kind of ease of movement to the downside, suggests still a continuation of the downtrend and suggests a weakness. Even if we are going to have some kind of attempt to go up, we're going to be really skeptical until the rally actually provides us with evidence that the change of behavior has happened. So far, we don't see that.
通过这个深圳成指的日线图来看呢，我们看到，首先它处于下行通道之内，还是在下跌波段。第二呢，我们看到从这里面可以看到，它比上证指数、上证综指要弱，而且这也是顶比顶低，底比底低，所以属于技术分析的典型的下降趋势。然后另外呢，我们可以看到在这里面有一些成交量的增加，从这个上行波段的时候，成交量增加，但是成交量增加了，但是结果却是下跌了，所以说这里面有一个叫做努力和结果的关系逆转，所以说这里面是派发。然后到这儿呢，我们看到这上行波段一个波段比一个波段小，也就是说它的需求，或者从成交量上也可以看到需求在减低，所以说我们在观察这里面会怎么表现呢？我们真的这里面还是很弱的，而且这里面有轻松下移的现象。即使这里面出现了一段反弹的话，我们也要怀疑这段反弹是什么造成的，因为在成交量在需求这么低的情况下，这种反弹有可能也是个弱势反弹。
All right, let's look at a different index today. Let's look at the Hong Kong index, and obviously an outperformer on the way up. We see that the uptrend was very sustainable. The last portion of the trend had a climactic run, and this climactic run is associated with the increase of the spread, increase of the velocity, and the move concludes with the buying climax, after which we have a change of character on this big 2 bars. And look how the volume signature has increased right here. This increase in volume signature, again, suggests something very important. It suggests that supply is present, and most likely this is an institutional supply. And if this is an institutional supply, then this is a distribution. And we see on the next rallies, all of the attempts to retest the previous high, the previous climactic high, all of them fail. So, and therefore, right here, we could conclude that this is a potential phase C, and we could have a continuation to the downside.
看一下香港恒生指数，明显来说，在这个波段来说，它比另外2个指数要比较强，因为它走的比较快，斜率比较大。在这一块出现了一个高潮行为。这个高潮行为呢，我们看成交量，成交量在高潮行为开始的时候，成交量就比较大，而且呢，这里是2个下降 K 线，这2个下降 K 线的时候，成交量也非常大。从这里面，即使是从高潮拉升的这时候，成交量非常大，反转，我们可以看到这里是供应增加，供应有可能会来自就是绝大的可能是来自机构。如果供应来自机构的话，那么这就属于派发。派发完以后，我们看到这里面有2个试图恢复到前期购买高潮这个价位的2次上行波段，而这2个上行波段都没有达到这个水平，就开始失败了。那么从这点来说，我们可以把这样判定为阶段 C。阶段 C 失败完以后，那么股价就开始下移了。
All right, so again, we are in an established downtrend. We see lower highs, lower lows. So we are expecting a continuation of the downtrend. We just want to see what's happening right here on the daily chart. And the main goal here for us is just to understand what institutions are doing. Are they buying in this consolidation, or are they still selling, or are they not participating at all? And it seems from the volume signature that, it's kind of like a dull selling that is happening at this point of time. where they were acting and selling on the way up and on the way down. Now there is still some supply, but it's not as big. But there is definitely not a lot of demand that is taking us up. And that's the biggest concern. If there is no demand, then there is no absorption of the supply.
那么从这一段来说呢，我们可以看到它这里出现了顶比顶低，底比底低的情况，也就是说这是一个下行的通道，下行的趋势。那么从这里面来说呢，我们看成交量上分析来说，那么我们要问的是有没有机构在这里面活跃的表现。那么从这里面呢，从前一段来说，我们可以说机构在活跃的派发在卖，而这里面呢成交量来说比这要低得多，而且也没有什么太多变化。我们说它恐怕属于在沉闷的卖出。为什么说沉闷的卖出呢？我们看这里面的需求，一波需求比一波需求其实都在低，或者是差不多，它的造成的结果在缩小，成交量差不多，结果在缩小。所以说我们觉得机构在这里并没有太多的需求，在没有需求出现的情况下，我们还是不把这个市场看多。
Another way of thinking an analog in this is to think about this area right here and what has happened afterwards, an uptrend. So, and looking at the supply signature in this area, look how supply is so low. And compared to what we're having right now, the levels of supply are higher in the current area. So that still suggests that we are in some kind of, downtrend, not necessarily active distribution by institutions, but more of like a passive distribution that we have. And we kind of could see how that all unfolds previously. Active selling or active distribution by institutions on the way up and then on the way down. And then the next phase, so let's call it phase 2, phase 3, phase 1. And then we see that in phase 2, supply is somewhat high. It's somewhat similar to what we're experiencing right now. And yet the price, the result of it is to the downside more still. We're still having lower highs, lower lows. So in my opinion, this whole area right here is kind of similar to what we're seeing here. So until we see a rally, which is going to be a substantial rally, and not necessarily on the large demand signature, but preferably on the increasing demand signature. But even if we're going to observe a rally that's going to outperform any of the previous rallies, only then would we be thinking that indeed, a possible accumulation is happening.
那么我们比较一下这个波段，就是这个波段和这个波段的成交量比较。我们大家看到这个波段是稍属于上行的波段，或者是说在里面有吸筹的波段。大家看成交量，它远远的比这个波段的成交量要低，也就是说这里面它的供应比较低，这里面大家看它的供应比较高。所以说如果它供应比较高的话，我们还说它恐怕还是比较弱，比这段来说比较弱。那么类比来说又可以类比到这儿，从这里来说，在15年的时候，大家知道这一块是急速拉升，购买高潮，抢购高潮，然后呢机构恐怕在这个抢购高潮和下降波段都在派发，都在大量卖出。卖出完以后呢，大家看还出现了一个波段，这个部分2和部分3。这个部分2和一直来说它是比较弱的，它是不断的在下降。这块和这块相比，和部位1相比，它虽然成交量低了一些，供应低了一些，但是要比这里要高得多，还是要高一些。那么在这相比来说，我们也就是说，这里面虽然比这个高潮部分它的成交量低，但它还是来说比这里要高。所以说在没有需求大量出现，没有需求把这个特性，就是说下降的特性改变之前，我们都认为市场比较弱。
All right, let's look at the daily. So a very interesting structure at the top where we said that there is a climactic run that is also associated with the increase of the supply and the initial distribution on the way up. And then increase of the supply and distribution on the way down. And then we have an apex formation or a triangular formation that is very tricky, to trade because you could originate a lot of positions to both upside and to the downside. And until actually this apex is resolved, or whenever it starts showing us the signs of, let's say one force over another, and this chart, is different in color. So please, pay attention to this because, the red means down and the green means up here. So it's a little bit reversed from the Chinese markets, but we're seeing that whenever supply is increasing on the breakout, this would identify institutional capitulation and would suggest that the bias is to the downside.
大家看这个恒生的日线图，刚才说到在这段抢购高潮这一段的机构的派发，可以看到这里面的成交量或者是供应在增加，这里面在下降波段的时候，供应也在增加，也就是机构在拉升和下跌的波段都在派发。派发完以后呢，我们看这一段是一个楔形，或者有些人可以说，把它近似于一个长方形。这个波段来说是比较难以操作的，除非好多人可以在这做波段操作，特别精于做波段操作的时候可以做一些。那么这段来说很难看出趋势是什么，直到这个楔形结构被突破完以后，在这里看这个楔形结构被突破，而且这里面供应出现了显著的增加。我们说，这块里面是这个大概有一部分弱的机构，最后一看，哇，这里面这个开始下跌了，在这里面进行了大量的卖出，这里面都是比较弱。另外，罗猛教授提醒大家，这个和上证指数和深证指数颜色标记刚好相反，大家看到没有？它上升的时候其实是绿色的，下跌的时候是红色的，和大陆的这个股市标记正好相反。
Now the next formation is very interesting. Why? Well, because look in the compare the first formation and the second formation. There is less volatility in the second formation, which would suggest some kind of stopping and attempt to rally. And I think this is what we're seeing here. This is this attempt to rally back into the trading range. And we need to understand whether the price is going to actually, where it's going to end up. Is it going to end up in the trading range, or is it just going to touch the resistance like it did and then just fail again? So for now, we're still thinking lower highs, lower lows, a definition of the downtrend. So our inclination, our bias is to go with all of the trades to the downside, or just wait, not to participate. So therefore, the most current action is going to be very important, to see as how the price will behave.
我们看这一段的表现，也非常有意思。和这段相比来说，我们说这一段的表现，它的振幅减少了。振幅减少的意思就是说，它的供应和下降趋势或下降动能都减少了，有可能会出现下降暂停，或者是试图反弹的这种企图。那么这个指数发展到这的时候，我们有一个疑问，那么这个指数会是在这里停止反弹停止，也就是在这个交易区间的底缘停止，继续向下跌呢，还是说在这块会再多反弹一段，反弹到这个交易区间的中间或者顶部呢？我们拭目以待。
All right, so that's it for today. And thank you again for joining us. after a summer break. So next week, we're probably gonna post the video on Friday, just depending on how our schedule is gonna go. But if you have any questions, email us at likeoftrading@hotmail.com, either in Chinese or English. We would love to hear your comments, maybe even some requests, that you have. And let's just see how we're going to continue with this exercise on creating these videos. Thank you all, and bye bye.
今天我们就跟大家分享到这里面。下周的话，我们可能是在礼拜五的时候，再把录像再上传到优酷里面。非常感谢大家跟我们交流，希望大家跟我们继续发邮件或者留言。在邮件和留言的时候，你可以分享你的想法，甚至来说你想看什么的话，你也可以稍微提出来。非常感谢大家跟我们交流。好，我们今天就交流到这里，下周见，谢谢大家。